Richmond Park is one of the UK's most marginal constituencies. In 2017, Conservative candidate Zac Goldsmith beat Liberal Democrat Sarah Olney by just 45 votes. This year, Olney will be contesting Goldsmith once again, and the outcome could prove to have a big impact on the country's overall result. In the wake of the Conservatives' false Labour Manifesto and FactCheckUK, South West Londoners spoke to Richmond Park residents to ask whether the constituency can still put their trust in the party, what local issues matter most to them in this election, and whether they think Goldsmith faces a tough fight this December.
I'll be voting for Zac.
I will be voting, for the Liberal Democrats.
I think that in any general election, particularly one that's so media-driven like this one, there are going to be errors, mistakes and people playing the system. And I think you get a lot of media-savvy people who will use information in a less than honourable way. I think there's lots of tricks going on throughout all the parties, and I'm not surprised, and like most people, I think, sift through that sort of dross and look for the key issues. And the key issue is democracy.
I certainly think that, yes, the very misleading way that they handled the Conservative Party with the fact check and the fake Labour Manifesto, that it has destroyed any semblance of trust in my mind, but I would like to think it's for everyone that they would distrust.
Local issues wise, I'm interested in Heathrow and parking and all those little things, but this election is not about local issues. This election is about two things: Brexit, getting it done, and observing the democratic response.
I'm against expansion at Heathrow. Heathrow has always been the wrong place to put an airport, where you send the planes over the most populated part of the country. Hammersmith Bridge is a nightmare now with pollution, air pollution. I have a respiratory problem. I didn't have one a year or so ago. It's because I have to walk through that fog.
I think it will be a tough fight. I think the Liberal Democrats have got, despite their leader, I think they've got a very well-oiled machine. They're very prominent locally throughout the whole time, and I respect that in terms of their publicity, not so much what they do. And I think that they've hitched their wagon onto issues that particularly the European Parliament have taken on board as the new religion, like climate change, because everybody knows climate's change, not just its weather. Climates do change. We've only had records since the 1800s, so we don't really know any more than that, but it's become the new religion, and if you're not a believer, you're a heretic. So I don't care for any of that, but I do think that Zac will have a hard fight here, because I think there's just a natural reluctance to vote for anybody who's conservative, and I don't quite understand that really, but it does seem to be the case. But I'm optimistic.
Well, it's 45 votes, and in an area where people are for remaining in Europe, and I hope that the people will vote with that very much in mind, that they are Remainers, and one way to be effective is to get Zac Goldsmith out. I would vote Labour, but of course they don't have a chance of keeping the Tories out in this area.
With residents split, it looks as though Goldsmith is set to face another tight election on December the 12th.